any response to his entreaties. My dutiful son, who used to get up on seeing me, is lying on the ground pressed by the hand of death. Hussein once again flung himself onto the body of Akbar. His breathing was now heavier. A gurgling sound was coming from his throat. It seemed that his young life was engaged in an uneven struggle with death. Hussein put his head on Akbar's chest. He lifted it and put his own cheeks against Akbar's and wailed. Akbar for once opened eyes and smiled. As you were always smiling to gladden my heart. Though Akbar did not open his eyes, a faint smile appeared on his lips, as if he had listened to his father's request. With the sweet smile still playing on his lips, he heaved a gasp, and with that his soul departed. The cheeks of the father were still touching the cheeks of the son, in death as so many times in life. On seeing his son, his beloved son, breathe his last in his own hands, Hussein's condition became such as no words can describe. For quite some time he remained there weeping, as an only aged father who had lost a son in his prime youth in such tragic circumstances can weep. All words of solace and comfort would sound hollow and be in vain when an aged father gives vent to his pent-up emotions. Zainab and the other ladies of his house were waiting for him, tormented by anxiety, demented by the thoughts of the tragedy that had befallen them. Only mention of this was enough for Hussein. He knew that he was the head of the family. His grief-stricken sister Zainab and the children, for whom this bereavement was the greatest calamity. Hussein slowly rose from the ground and tried to pick up the dead body of Akbar, but he himself fell on the ground. He made all the efforts he was capable of, and he lifted the body of Akbar. Clasping it close to his bosom, he started the long walk to his camp. How he reached it is difficult to say. It would not be too much to imagine that his grandfather Muhammad, his father Ali, his brother Hassan, and perhaps his mother Fatima had descended from heaven to help him on this task. Hussein reached the camp and laid down Akbar's body on the ground. He called Zainab and Kulsum and Sakina and Ruqayya, Fizza and the other ladies of the house to see the face of Akbar for the last time. The loving aunts came. The children came and surrounded the body of Akbar. They looked at Akbar's face and then at Hussein's. They knew that their weeping would add to Hussein's grief, which was already brimful. Zainab and Kulsum and Sakina and Ruqayya had all flung themselves on Ali Akbar's body. The tears that were flowing from their eyes were sufficient to wash away the clotted blood from the wounds of Akbar. Hussein sat for a few minutes near the dead body of his son, the son whom he had lost in such tragic circumstances, the son who had died craving for a drop of water to quench his thirst. He felt dazed with grief. Hussein sat for a few minutes near the dead body of his son, the son whom he had lost in such a tragic circumstances, the son who had died, craving for a drop of water to quench his thirst. He felt dazed with grief. He rose from the ground and wiped the tears from his aged eyes and muttered, "Verily from God we come, and unto him is our return."